Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, I had some technical issues, just got resolved. So, everybody has joined already. Sachin, you're there? I think Sachin is not there. But we have Puneet Kumar. Puneet, yesterday you had a doubt with respect to malware in one of the network segment, right? Towards the end of the session, I think we lost you. Are you online right now, Puneet? I hope I am audible. No issues.
Yes.
Yeah, no issues with the audio, right? So we'll just have a quick recap of what we have done yesterday. I'll share my screen as of now. Share. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed with respect to
Ma'am.
basics about cybersecurity and red teaming, blue teaming. And yesterday Mr. Puneet had given me a query with respect to some malware, if at all is present in some segment. Puneet, you can repeat your question if possible. It's okay. We'll not wait for Puneet's response as of now. So, quick recap. So, we discussed about red, blue, and purple team operations, and we discussed about the main offensive kill chain and the defensive kill chain. How exactly both the teams work, together in such a way that you are getting a best out of the entire system, and how purple team comes into the picture so as to ensure both the blue and the red team reports are intertwined each other so that the company gets the best out of it. Okay, and then we discussed about the OSCP exam, and we discussed about one particular cyber attack demo, that is command injection. So we'll just quickly show you the same command injection once again, and from there we'll commence our activities for today. Okay, so do we have anyone new who has not joined yesterday's session among the participants? Is there anyone who's fresh who has not joined yesterday? Most of the names are familiar. Uh, I don't think anyone will be new here. If at all, you can please ping me, or you can just unmute yourself and you can explain. Okay, so yesterday what we have shown is there was one particular system. Let's say this particular Ubuntu server, which was running a particular web application, which we have enumerated using our Kali attack machine. And from the attack machine, we have done a small exploit to understand what will happen in case if we have a vulnerability. So I'll just quickly set up the machine. Yes, that's right. So, so this is a command which I'm just running to activate my website. Okay, I think we got some message. Any chat? Yes, we have a chat. Varun Gautam. Yes. Okay. Okay, Varun. We'll go ahead. Okay. So right now, see, let's keep it more interactive. Okay. Right now we have one particular Ubuntu machine on my right side of the screen, and we have a Kali machine, which is the attacker, towards my left side of the screen. Okay. So here, what we are trying to showcase is how a attacker exploits a vulnerability on the blue side or on the company side. So for that, we have first utilized something to do a enumeration. or mapping the attack surface. Can anyone give me what was the tool which we have used yesterday? What was the name of the tool?
Nmap.
Excellent, Nmap. So before Nmap, we need to know what is the IP address to which we have connected, right? So we are connected to a different IP series right now. You can see since my system got restarted. So I am in a different series if I'm not wrong. So yes, I'm in a different series. So I'll just quickly enumerate this particular network just to understand how many IP addresses are live. Okay. So I'm doing the entire 10.109.198 series IP address. I'm just doing a sweep, and here I get there is one particular machine which is having these two open, that is 143. 164 is having these many ports open. This is my Windows host machine, and 208. This is my target machine. Okay, so what is a port number which we are supposed to target here? We have port number 5000. This also we have discovered yesterday. And what was the command for which nmap was, so for using which nmap was specifically used to identify what was running in this port 5000? Can anyone give me a, what was the command, or if at all, if you remember some specific command we have utilized, right? Can anyone give me what exactly it was? Anyone? See, it's okay if you don't know, that's perfectly fine. We're all starting. So, nmap, if you give only this particular IP address, this will do a scan for all the common ports. But here we are specifically telling to do a port scan only for port number 5000. Okay, and we are telling nmap to perform SC, that is a scripted scan, and minus SV, that is a versioning scan. So the moment we perform this particular scan, it will run only a thorough scan on port 5000, which will give us what is currently running in port 5000. Okay. Since we understood this is a HTTP service, we utilized one particular application for seeing what exactly it was. What is the application? Students, what was the application? You have a HTTP or a HTTPS server somewhere running. You need to access that application. What will we use in general? See, it's a very simple question. You can think of like, what application do we use to access Facebook or Gmail or banking website? What
Any
application we
browser.
do? Any
Browser.
browser. Excellent. Any browser. So in this case, we are utilizing Mozilla Firefox. Okay. So in Mozilla Firefox, I am just typing the IP address. I am giving the port number. So if we give only this IP address and if we give HTTPS, the browser will automatically will try to browse port 443. But that is not what we want to do. We want to do port 5000. So we give colon 5000. So this will, sorry, that was HTTPS. Actually, it is a HTTP website. Yeah, this will show me the website which is hosted by the Ubuntu machine. Okay. Now, what was the actual utilization of this particular website? Students, what was the utilization of this website?
Just pinging the name,
Yeah, pinging a internal IP address.
IP
Okay,
address.
correct. So let's say, for example, I have uh, my Windows machine. I have my Windows machine IP address, that is 10.109.198.164. How did I identify this is my Windows machine? Can you just see something common which we know with respect to Windows? There is a particular term in this particular scan report using which I directly told it's a Windows machine. What is that?
Microsoft.
Excellent, excellent. Microsoft. Apart from this Microsoft Word, what you need to be understanding is that port number 135, port number 139, port number 445. These are common ports with respect to Windows. Okay. Now these examples we will be covering heavily in our upcoming classes. So this IP address I would like to just ping using my application which is hosted by our Ubuntu machine, which we don't know what is actually happening in Ubuntu machine. Okay, now one more one more example. Let's open up one more uh, window of Firefox, wherein we will be just using the same ping command to undertake a ping to let's say what is this IP 208. That is a IP, that is the IP address of the same machine. Okay. One more example, just to give you one small, you know, a small difference between a Linux and a Windows ping result. So if you compare this, how can you identify which machine is Windows or which machine is Linux based on the ping output? Can anyone guess? Can anyone spot the difference? You can just go through
Yes,
the
yes,
ping
yes.
output. Yes, yes.
TTL
What is it?
timeout.
TTL. Excellent.
Time to live. Okay. Yeah.
Time to live. Excellent, excellent. So what happens is the Windows
Is
always
this
give.
batch not meant for the beginners?
Sorry,
Is this batch not meant for the beginners?
it
I'm
is
not getting things.
okay. If you're not getting this, not at all a problem. I will explain. So you have attended yesterday's session, Mr.
No,
Chirag?
today's my first session.
Okay, okay, okay. Today is your first session. No problem. I'll just explain you once again using my Zoom draw not. Not at all no problem. So let's open up. Okay, you're all able to see this. So yesterday what we have done was we explained about red teaming, we explained about blue teaming.
I think you're sharing a different screen, Nikhil.
You're not able to say see the screen.
I mean, I can see the pinger host screen, like not that which you're sharing right now. I guess if at all you're sharing some other screen, then
No,
that's
no,
it.
I am just using the Zoom whiteboard over here. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just open up my OneNote. Better. Yeah. Can you see the OneNote?
Yep. Now we can see. Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly fine. So, alright, yeah. So yesterday what we have done was we have discussed a difference between a red teamer and a blue teamer. Okay. Now, blue teamer is about defensive operations, defensive cybersecurity, and red teamer is about offensive cybersecurity. Okay, offensive or attacker. So, red teamers are called attackers, blue teamers are called defenders. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, you have a company which has a certain set of PCs, certain set of servers, certain set of people. Okay. All these devices constitute something called attack surface. The attack surface has to be defended from real world threats. Let's say, for example, we have a real attacker. Okay. So we have a real attacker. Now, before even the real attacker comes and attacks our systems, companies utilize a service called red team operations, or you can say vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, offensive cybersecurity, etc. etc. Now, red team operations are performed by companies through a different agency or maybe internal red teamer so as to emulate the attacker, or you simulate the the exact scenario or simulate the exact attack which will be performed by the real attackers onto our attack surface. During this particular period of time, the blue teamers, they are supposed to identify the attacks. They are supposed to identify the attacks. They are supposed to stop the attacks. Okay. So this was the major theory which we have covered yesterday. Am I clear? Did I make myself clear, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Chirag?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this was entirely about a theory. Okay. So the class was getting real bored yesterday. So what we have done yesterday was, yesterday we had prepared a Ubuntu virtual machine. Okay. You're comfortable with Linux, Mr. Chirag?
No, sir. I'm not aware with Linux.
Okay, not a problem. Linux is so as of today's session, we will be covering Linux only. Okay, this is just a recap, but still we will all cover this particular aspect for the benefit of the larger audience. So Ubuntu is a Linux-based operating system. So we have a Ubuntu machine. This Ubuntu machine is having a web application export to port 5000. This is set up by me so that this say for example port 5000 is this. This has a web application, and this web application is utilized to do a ping command. Okay, you are familiar with ping command, just to see whether a device is live or not in a network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what the developer of this particular website has done is, instead of opening up a terminal, opening up a command prompt, typing ping and then the IP address, they prepared a website. They gave the website for a ease of utilization. So what I have done is, I have created a similar website here, which is used to ping a particular host. Here you are supposed to give a IP address. Okay, now this is the application which we have created. Now think from the blue teamer perspective. So from the blue teamer perspective, this Ubuntu machine is running in your corporate environment, and this corporate environment has to be tested for vulnerabilities. Okay, or agar if there is any vulnerability. So what is a vulnerability? Some kind of problem, some kind of issue which can be exploited by an attacker. That is called a vulnerability. So we need to first identify if there is any vulnerability existing in this entire system, and then exploit it. So who are supposed to do this? The red teamer. So for red teamer, we have created yesterday a Kali virtual machine. So Kali is also another Linux based operating system which is utilized by ethical hackers or attackers or any cybersecurity enthusiast. Okay. So this was the practical setup yesterday, wherein we will utilize Kali and we will use some particular tools to perform some actions against this particular machine. This much clear? Uh, is this clear,
Yes,
Chirag?
it is.
Yeah, sure. So in my system, what I have done is, so basically I have a Windows system that you will be able to see my base machine. It is running on Windows. Can you see that? You're able to see that, right? So keep your mics on mute. Okay, no problem. Unless and until there is so much of issues, you can keep it unmute. You can keep giving me answers. That is what I would like. So my base is Windows. You're able to see my base is running on Windows, right? So on top of Windows, I have installed something called VirtualBox. Are you familiar with the software VirtualBox?
Yes.
Yes. So VirtualBox is a hypervisor. Hypervisor. So what is a hypervisor? It is utilized to virtualize your underlying hardware. Let's say RAM, CPU, storage. This is a major hardware of your PC. So this particular VirtualBox machine is utilized to virtualize machines such a way that you utilize a small chunk of RAM, a small chunk of CPU, a small chunk of storage, and then set up a particular virtual machine which can be installed with the operating system of your choice. So in this setup, what I have done is in one of the virtual machine I have installed Kali. In one of the virtual machine I have installed Ubuntu. And in this Ubuntu machine, I have opened up port 5000. So, are you familiar with the concept of port in networking? N slash W is networking. So, port is a familiar concept for everyone. Students, is port, the term port in networking, is it familiar
No,
for you
sir,
guys?
please tell something about it.
Yeah, okay, I will explain. So, in networking, you have virtual ports which are starting from port number 1 to port number 65,555. Okay, so these virtual ports will be utilized to open up services for users. Okay, so let's say for example I have a web application running. So in this example I have utilized port 5000. How did I set up this web application? I will show you that. So, sorry, in my Ubuntu machine, so in my Ubuntu machine, I have executed this particular command. So I have set up this application using these code which I have prepared. Flask is a particular, Python based web application framework which is utilized to host on all interfaces on port number 5000. Okay, so now this is actually not in the scope of this class. So this is basically a development related command which you don't require. But here, just to clarify for everyone, I have specifically given port
Uh,
5000.
Nikhil, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
That are all the ports that are 1 to 65,535, all the ports are usable for
No, no, no,
everyone?
no, no. One say like 1024 is reserved.
So,
It's
okay, from 1 to 1024 is
yeah,
reserved. Okay.
one to 1024 is reserved. Okay, you
Okay,
can
and
use any other ports.
after that, we can use any port number
Yes, yes,
after 1024.
correct.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So in this particular exercise, I'm using port 5000. So on particular 5000, I have a web application. So that is a web application which we are targeting. So now think from the red perspective. From the red perspective, I have only a Kali machine which is connected to a network. Let's say you have a virtual switch over here. Okay, you have a virtual switch. Okay, and this Kali is connected here. This Ubuntu is also connected here. My Windows is also connected here. I have a particular IP address. What was my IP address? Let's see. Kali and yeah, IPA. Yeah. So my IP address was 10.109.198 and 71. So let's just note down here. Dot 71 was my IP address here. Here I think it was dot 208 and here something of dot 190 series something whatever. Okay. So as a attacker, I don't know anything apart from my IP address. So this is the reason I need to do a activity called enumeration. Enumeration is a phase in the red attack cycle to identify all the devices which are available in the network for the red team to attack. So one method to do is what? Let's say for example 10 dot something dot 1 से लेकर 254 तक I need to identify which is live or not. So what is one simple method which we can utilize? Let's forget about the tools here. Okay, you are just sitting in a network, you have a terminal or you have a command access. You need to know you are running on, let's say 71. You need to see whether 70 is up or not. You need to see whether 60 is up or not. You need to see all the way till 1 whether these devices are up or not. What will you do, students? One simple command which we are discussing right now. We can do a ping, right?
Yes.
So we can do a ping command. Let's say, for example, ping for the entire network, like 1 से लेकर 1 254 तक. That is one way to perform this particular activity. But as a as a red teamer, we will not waste time on just doing a ping command. Now, ping command it utilizes a certain protocol. Can anyone tell me what is a protocol? There are certain protocols, connection protocols. So ping utilizes something called ICMP. Instead of ICMP, what we are utilizing is we are utilizing TCP. Okay, so the Nmap tool will be utilized to perform not the entire TCP connection packet scan. Instead, it will be utilizing SYN scans. Okay, so this is again out of the scope of this class. At present, we will just discuss. We are using Nmap. Nmap utilizes TCP. This is additional information. In Nmap, we have a specific command to perform a enumeration of the entire network. So that is the first command which we have done over here. Nmap this entire network like 198.0 laker slash 224. So this is the CIDR which we are supposed to give that scans the entire 254 IP addresses and it has given instantaneous results, almost instantaneous results. Okay, see, you can see 8.01 seconds was taken by the Nmap tool. Okay, so there are other scanners available which takes even lesser time than this, but Nmap is one of the most trusted scanners utilized by the red teamers. So that's why we are discussing about Nmap. So Nmap has given us three major IP address. One is this is probably my router. This is my Windows machine. This is my Linux machine. And 71 is my own machine. Okay, 71 you can see that is my own IP address. It will do the scan for the same IP address and it has reflected that. Okay, so in this particular 208, we have identified that we have port 5000 open. So this is the reason, Mr. Chirag, we have undertaken a scan specifically for port 5000 using special flags. One is for scripting and one is for versioning. So till here you are able to follow, Chirag? Anyone else? Anyone else having any doubt till here?
We're
No,
good.
Nikhil, please continue.
Yeah. Okay. So we have identified this is a HTTP service. So then we have utilized one of our browser to see what exactly is hosted, and then we understood this is a ping command. So again we will take a fresh page. Okay. So now let's understand from the Kali perspective or from the attacker perspective. Okay, this is the attacker perspective. We understood there is a website. Okay, the website takes in a IP address. This IP address is taken in as input. It does some kind of processing over here. We don't know what is that processing. And then it gives us the output. So the output was the ping result. That is what we have seen here. Okay. So we understood that whatever we give here, that IP address or the host name will be utilized as an input for some command, but we don't know what the command is. Okay, so let's mess around with this particular application. So as a tester or as a somebody who wants to see what exactly is happening, we need to do some kind of messing around with this. So what will happen if I give this particular word as a input? What will happen? Can anyone give me a wild guess? What will happen? What can happen if I give this particular content as the input for this particular website?
There will be no output.
Yes, there won't be any good output for us, but as an attacker, definitely we are expecting something. Let's see, let's click, ping, boom, command so and so had returned non-zero exit status 2. Now these are things like bullshit for us, not required. What is required here is ping minus C 3 and then whatever we have typed. The exact same thing has come over here without any sanitization. You can see that, right? So this is a major point which we identified. Yes, the input is not getting sanitized. So what is happening is we are giving some kind of input. There is no sanitization. Matlab, no changes. It's exactly getting pasted inside the ping minus C, this vacant space. This entire input will come over here. So what we will do is we will give a certain payload. So in the red teaming, we say whatever malware or whatever malicious code or whatever non what do we say uh, non issues or whatever issues we are exploiting. So let's say exploit, let's say malicious code, let's say malware. Everything can be generally called as payload. So whatever payload which we craft will come directly over here. And what is happening is the system will execute this. System, what is my system? The Ubuntu operating system. The Ubuntu operating system will execute this entire command. So what I will do is I will utilize something called this operator. It's a semicolon. So I will do like something like this. I will give a semicolon and then a particular certain command. What should be the command? That is the main agenda for our this class. Okay. So let's say that I want to know the system name. Okay. So ping, let's sorry, ping is not required. IP address, semicolon. Let's say I want to know the host name. So students can note down the first command in Linux which we will be learning in our class will be host name. So just like in Windows we have command prompt. So everybody must have utilized this command prompt, students, at least for doing this IP config or maybe seeing the system information. You must have utilized this command prompt, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Just, just like that, in Linux, the analogy is terminal. Note down, this terminal is one of the place where we spending most of our time in Linux.
Yeah.
It's very, very important for us. Okay. So we will have various commands. So first command is hostname. So here what we are trying to do is we want to know the host name of the machine which we are attacking. So we are giving this IP address which will come over here, and then we are giving a semicolon which will stop this particular command, and then again one more Linux command, and let's see what will happen. Ping. So this will give me a ping result, but can you find something interesting in this result? Is there anything additional in this result? Can anyone spot what exactly is the difference between this output and this output? There is something extra in this particular output. What is that? Can anyone spot? Students, after the ping result, there is something new over here.
It's
Anything?
giving the host name like Ubuntu, right? That's the
Excellent, excellent,
Yes.
excellent. Yes, Rani ma'am, yes. Teja, no, nothing. Okay, Rani ma'am has given Ubuntu. Yes, excellent. So this Ubuntu is the host name of the machine which we are attacking. Now we'll just, I'll just show you from the machine perspective. So that साथ में we can just, explain from both the sides. Yeah. So I'll just open up a terminal. What is my host name? This is Ubuntu. So the same Ubuntu I am able to see here. So what is happening is this is a real attack. So can anyone guess what additional activities which I can perform using this particular vulnerability? Can anyone give me a guess? What additional activities which I can do using this particular vulnerability which we have just identified? Like I can execute system level commands and then get a result over here.
Nikhil, we can check for open ports.
We can open ports, but again, we need to know whether we have the privilege to open the port. So again, yes, let's discuss about the users. So just like you have user accounts in your Windows, in Linux also you have several users. So one of the user in this system is Ubuntu, which I have created. This is the same name which I have given. There is another user called root, which is equivalent to your admin or administrator in Windows. Okay. So let's say Ubuntu will be having certain set of privileges. Privileges. This privilege is another term which you should note down. Root will have higher privileges, or root will have all privileges. Okay. So let's assume that yes, we have the option to change the ports, because here uh, here I'm not using any sudo command. I'm just using it as normal Ubuntu user itself. So I can change. But is that going to give me or give the attacker something useful? Think about something which is useful for the attacker. Let's assume that there is a sensitive information over here. Okay, so this was a test document which I have created yesterday. So let's just type in some secret information. Okay, this secret information is available in your home folder of Ubuntu machine. Will I be able to extract this information from the attacker machine using this particular vulnerability? Students, will I be able to extract this particular information inside this particular test document using this vulnerability? Students?
Yes,
I
yes, we can do. Yes, we can do.
Yes. So this also I have shown yesterday. I'll just show you. So the IP address I'll give, the operator I'll give, and cat is a command which is used to read the document. So this is the path. I don't know the path. Okay, I'm just guessing what are the paths. Or let's say I have done enough enumeration and understood that I know there is something over here. So let's just ping and see. Okay, ping has happened. Whatever I have typed, I can see it in my Kali machine. Now this is again, okay, we are doing it for quite some time. Can we do something more using this vulnerability? Something else. Let's say what other activity which can be performed? Can we
We can change the name of the file.
we can change the name of the file, but मजा नहीं आता है उसमें. I will explain. Okay, so I have a Kali machine here. I have a Ubuntu machine here. I just have a web application lying in front of me, which I am saying some particular command, and that is executing inside the system. It is giving me the output that I am seeing the output over here. Can I utilize this particular vulnerability? Okay, can I utilize this particular vulnerability to make this Ubuntu machine connect or give me a TCP network connection to my Kali? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anyone who is saying no? We have one yes. Anyone who is objecting that no, you will not be able to get a TCP connection back from the Ubuntu machine? Is there anyone? So the trainer is asking so confidently. So definitely it will be yes. That's okay. Yes, it is. Yes, I will show you how we are doing it. Now I'll open up one more thing. So we have a Kali machine. We have a Ubuntu machine. We have a web application. So what I will do is in the web application along with the IP address, I will give a certain set of code or a malicious command which says that hey Ubuntu, connect or make a TCP connection to this IP address on this particular port. So here what am I supposed to do is I will open up another port. Let's say I will open up my port 4444. Okay, Kali machine, I will open up a port which has a listener. So here the tool which I'll be utilizing will be Netcat. Netcat will be utilized to open a particular port which will actively listen. Okay, it will listen for any incoming connections. And this payload, what this payload will do is this will go to the Ubuntu machine. It will tell the Ubuntu machine, you make a reverse connection to this particular IP address on this particular protocol using on this particular port. How we are doing it, I will just show you right now. Okay, so first what I need is I need a payload. So for making a payload, one website which I will generally use is RevShell. RevShell is a reverse shell generated online. So what it does is it will give you a payload, a very simple payload for the machine to connect to your attacker machine. So it will ask for your attacker IP address. So what is my attacker IP address? I'll just quickly check what is my IP. 10.109.198.71. So I'll copy paste. So we have decided port 4444, right? So for Chirag, you can see if I give 1024 or 1023, it will tell root privileges are required. If it is anything less than 1023, it requires root privileges because it is reserved and you need to, you need to escalate your privilege to root to utilize these ports. So anything beyond 1023, you will be able to utilize. So I'm using port 4444. So here the term, you can see the term listener. I have to run this listener in my Kali machine. At the same time, I want some connectivity from, I'll just make this big screen. Yeah. So I need a connectivity. So at present, I will utilize bash minus I. We'll discuss about this in the later sections of the classes. So bash minus I, this particular command is what we need to send as a payload for the exploitation. So before doing that, I need to open up a reverse shell. Sorry, open up a netcat listener. What should be my netcat listener? NC 10.109.198.71 port 4444. Yes, sorry. I have to open up a minus LBMP. Yeah. So we will discuss about all these kind of tools and the flags. At present, just understand this particular command is going to open up a listener in your attacker. What has happened? Yeah. Am I audible? Is there any network issues, students?
Are you audible,
Yeah,
sir?
Yeah.
remaining.
Okay. Perfectly fine. So I have opened up a listener, and then this particular reverse shell command, I will be sending it to the machine. So let's say 127, so and so, and the same command. I just pasted that. Okay. So let's execute that and see what's happening. Mm, it returned a known zero access status. So let's see this side it's working. Yeah, it is all working, no problem. Am I reachable? What is my IP? 10.109.198.71, correct? Okay. So we'll try another bash 5. Okay. So bash minus I, bash 5, all these we can try. Let's try this. 127.0.0.1 and this IP address. Ping. No, there is again some issue. Let's try Python reverse shell. Yeah, Python reverse shell. Boom. See some difference over here? Students, can you see something? Somebody has connected. Who has connected?
Yeah, your machine, your Windows machine.
No, not my Windows machine. the Ubuntu machine. So we are we are Kali, that is dot 71 is Kali, dot 208 is our Ubuntu machine. Ubuntu machine is having the web application running, which is having a vulnerability which will accept the command which I send. It is injected into the operating system and the operating system will execute it. So I am getting a reversion or reverse TCP. So reverse TCP connection from this Ubuntu machine to my Kali machine. So can you see what is the IP address? Dot 208. So that doubt has been cleared. It's not my Windows machine. Okay. I have a shell over here. So what is this shell? It is a direct shell of the Ubuntu machine. So here I can type and execute, let's say, host name. What will be the response, students?
Host name is Ubuntu.
You can see host name Ubuntu. Now see, this is not a stabilized shell. You will be seeing so much of unwanted responses. You will have to neglect these kind of things and then you will have to read what exactly the response from it. So this is one step ahead to what we were generally doing yesterday. Okay, yesterday what we were doing, we were just running a, let's say, hostname command or cat etc so and so password command. So let's read the same document, cat home Ubuntu. We have a test document. So can you see the secret information over here? Let's see what is my IP address. You can see this is the IP address of the machine which we are connected to, not the IP address of the Kali machine. So this attack, I have shown you to what extent a simple OS injection vulnerability can be exploited. So is this clear, students?
Yes.
Now let's assume that okay, we don't know anything about Linux. We have landed in a situation that we have received a shell of Linux. What are we supposed to do? We don't know. So that is the main agenda of this particular session for today. So in next half an hour, I will be explaining you about basics of Linux, which will be used for a ethical hacker or a cyber defender. Okay. So till here, everything is clear for all my students. Is there any doubt which you want me to clarify? Anything we can discuss, no issues. Anyone?
What is meaning of LVNP netcat? You type it.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So,
Nikhil, one question. So, are we going to learn all this bunch of tools which you are explaining now?
yes, you will be learning so much of tools.
Okay.
So, Nmap is the only one tool which I have explained in enumeration. There are several other tools which will be utilizing in the course, which will be required for you to, go ahead with the classes, go ahead with your certification exams. All those tools will be utilized. And apart from enumeration, see, exploitation, I'm just discussing only one single vulnerability in the web part. Okay, so there are several attacks only in the web, starting from your SQL injection all the way till, let's say, XSLT injection, XHC injection, cross origin request sharing, cross-site scripting. There are hell lot of vulnerabilities only in the website part of it. You have client-side attacks, you have network attacks, you have several other attack avenues. We'll be discussing each and everything in detail, along with all the techniques and all the know-hows which you are supposed to understand.
Oh, okay,
So
thanks.
yeah, so here we have just exploited one single vulnerability which has led to getting a reverse connection from the PC. Now, how do we utilize this? That is the reason we need to learn about Linux. Okay, so let's start fresh from now. Okay, so I'm closing all these tabs. I'll be just comparing everything with Windows. So everybody is comfortable with Windows, right? Windows operating system.
Yeah.
All my students, yes, all my students are comfortable with Windows. What I'll be showing is I'll be just explaining Linux in a in an analogy with Windows. So in Windows we have something called this PC, or in earlier versions we have my computer. For Linux we have home, the home folder. Okay. Apart from home folder, what you have is this particular folder, which is the major area of the Linux systems. So don't get afraid by seeing all these folders. We will be explaining the folders which we will require as an ethical hacker or a cyber defender. Okay. Home is a folder which we have just accessed it from this particular desktop. So when you open home, you will see there is Ubuntu. So we'll keep noting it down. Okay. So Linux file structure. Linux, it has a particular area called root. Now root is a user also. In user, we have one root user, and here we have maybe some other username, but here I have given Ubuntu as another user. Okay. So in the root folder, there are several folders which we have just shown. One of the folder is home folder. So when you access home folder, what will be shown is the list of users will be displayed. At present, in my system, I have only Ubuntu user. So that is the reason you can see in my system only Ubuntu folder is shown. So this is equivalent to, this area is equivalent to your my documents, my pictures, my videos inside Windows. Something similar. So that is clear, students?
Yes,
The
clear.
yeah, correct. So if you go back in this root file structure, the next major area which you are supposed to focus upon is your bin folder or your sbin folder. So these folders will have all the binaries, all the commands which we are using. Let's say one of the command which we have utilized was cat. You can see cat is a binary inside your bin file. You can see the similar, similar binaries for all the commands. Apart from command cat, we have used one more command named hostname. So the host name is also a binary file. So let's open up a terminal. So the first command which we have utilized was hostname. We understood hostname is Ubuntu. So same hostname, you can see it is a file which is executable. So we are actually executing this particular binary using this terminal, and the result of the binary execution is displayed over here. Okay. So the bin folder contains all the binaries which are generally utilized in our terminal. Coming to etc. So etc folder has so much of folders and files. One interesting file which we generally utilize in this particular ethical hacking is PASSWD. So what this file contains is, let's see, let's just open it up. It has so much of data. Okay, so don't get bothered about this kind of data. Just see the first partition or the first part of the line will be the username. So I have a root user. Anybody who is having bin bash will be a user. All these no login will not be a direct user. These are basically system accounts. So let's see, is there any other bin bash? Ubuntu. So this is another user. So this system has two users. So what you need to know is PASSWD is another interesting file from which you will be able to gain so much of information. Let's say you are sitting in this particular Kali machine. You just need to know what are the users. You just execute this from the website. From exploiting the vulnerability also, you are getting the same exact output. You can see the root and you can see the Ubuntu system over here. Sorry, Ubuntu user account over here. Okay. So password हो गया. Apart from this, as of now, you have one more folder which you are supposed to know, that is the root folder. The root folder at present will not be accessible for me because I am a user named Ubuntu. I don't have the privileges of root to access the root accounts folder. That is the reason I am not able to open that. Okay, so it is just like your file permissions in Windows. Let's say administrator desktop will not be visible for a normal user, right? Students, the administrator desktop or the administrator documents or administrator my documents folder will not be visible to a normal user. Just like that, in Linux also, your root will not be accessible for any normal user. Okay, so now this is a very basics about Linux operating system, wherein I have just discussed about, let's say, even not even 1%. I just discussed about only 2 or 3 folders which you are supposed to know bare minimum to start utilizing the the Linux machines. Let's assume that you need to utilize the terminal. Let's start learning about the commands. Okay, clear is another command which you are supposed to use for clearing the screen, just like CLS in our Windows. So first command is CLEAR. It is used to clear the screen. Let's start with a command called PWD, that is print working directory. So with the name, can you tell me what exactly PWD will be? What could be PWD?
Uh, it will give you the details of, like, in which current directory you are.
Excellent, excellent. So let's just see where am I. So PWD, it will tell me I am inside home Ubuntu. So let's go to home. So I will do a side by side execution so that it's clear for you how to utilize the terminal. Home, I am inside the home Ubuntu here. I can see these many folders and these many, this file. How can I see the same set of files and folders in the terminal? The command is ls. Okay, the command is ls. The ls has given me all the files and folders. Here, whatever is here has been reflected. So ls is a command which you should utilize. So let's note down the third command, that is ls. In ls, you have several other flags. One of the flag which I will recommend everyone to use is -l a r t. So these are different attributes. I will show you the output. The explanation we can discuss later. ls minus space minus LART. This will give me so much of information. Okay. So you can even see there are certain set of files which are not visible in the browser, or not in the browser, in the file, what do we say, in the GUI. What are those files? Can anyone give me one example? What is one file which is visible, or which visible in the terminal but not visible in the left side of the screen? Anyone, any file? Let's say .config or .bash history. These files starts with something called dot. Basically, it is a hidden file. That is why it is called dot. So LART will give you all the files, including the hidden files, with so much of information, like who is the owner of the file, who is the owner group of the file, what date and time the file has been modified, what is the size of the file, what are the read write permissions, everything will be given in one single shot. So for an attacker, it is very much, very much important to have all this information to further enumerate the machine. So we have done with ls. Now, apart from ls, we need to see, let's say I want to go to this particular folder. Let's say I want to go to desktop. So here in this case, I'll be just double clicking it. What command will I be utilizing to go to desktop? I want to go to desktop. What command I will use? The command is cd.
Cat.
Sorry, cd.
CD.
Yeah, cat is basically the command to open and read. Okay, we will show the command later. At present, we will do cd desktop. Okay, so the moment I enter, I am inside the desktop. So what will be the output for pwd here? Students, what will be the output for pwd here? The plain working directory. What could be the output? If I type pwd, what will be the
Home
output?
desktop.
Home,
Desktop.
Ubuntu, desktop.
Desktop. Op.
Home, Ubuntu, desktop. So basically, we are inside the desktop of Ubuntu user. If there are multiple users, let's say home Nikhil desktop, home Chirag desktop, home Sachin desktop, something like that. Okay. So we have learned one more command, that is cd. So let's just write it down, cd. Okay. Where is my, yeah. So I am here. So I need to go back. I am inside desktop. If I need to go back, I'll be just using this. But here in terminal, we'll be utilizing cd space dot dot. So the cd space dot dot will make the terminal go one step behind. So I am again in the folder home slash Ubuntu. So let's see what is my pwd. Pwd, I'm inside home Ubuntu. Okay. Why all these commands are very much important is, let's say you are attending some kind of exam or some kind of capture the flag, let's say some kind of CTF, or you are attending OSCP exam, or you are giving CEH practical. You are given a, let's say, Linux machine, you got the access, you will have to find something called flag.txt. You need to open up what is the content, open up and see what is the content in the flag, and then give it as a proof for the exam coordinators or the exam moderators to show that you have successfully breached into the system and accessed the flag. So in our case, this test document, this secret information was like a flag. Okay. So unless and until you don't know these commands, these commands, you will not be able to reach into this location. So let's just go to the Kali machine once again. Now the students, you have to tell me, I have a reverse shell. Now the clear will not work over here because the shell is not stabilized. Who am I? I know I am Ubuntu. So how do I know where am I? What is a command which I should use? Now just think this is a exam scenario. I have given you 4 commands. Where are the 4 commands? pwd, ls, cd, and let's say, okay, 5. 5 is our cat. These 4 commands you have to utilize and read what is the, or understand what exactly is the proof or what exactly was that secret information. Okay, so tell me. So I have the access to the system which I have gained by exploiting a vulnerability. So quickly tell me what should be the first command to understand where exactly am I? Students, come on, cheer up.
PWD.
PWD, excellent. So PWD, I'm inside home, Ubuntu, OS injection lab. So I need to know what all files are there inside this location. What is the command?
LS.
ls? Yeah, just ls, no problem. In ls, I will get this much information. But no, I want to see if it is hidden. I don't know whether my flag is hidden or not. So what should be the command which I should type? Space
Uh,
minus
LART.
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 Excellent. Excellent. So I have VNP, app, command, templates, etc. I don't have the proof or I don't have the flag. So I need to go around. I need to walk around. I need to see other places. So what should be the command? What should I do to go one space back?
CD space dot dot.
CD space dot dot. Excellent. So here what I need to do? Next command. What should be the next command? I have reached some location. I need to see where exactly am I to confirm.
PWD again.
PWD. Excellent. I am inside home Ubuntu. Next what?
Yes.
What is the next command?
LS and
ls.
Ubuntu.
Yeah, ls minus lar.
Minus LART. Sorry.
So suddenly we got a hell lot of, you know, hell lot
Files.
of files. We don't know what exactly. Oh my God, there are so many files. Now .ssh is one of it's one of the sensitive directory. Why, how, etc. We will discuss later. Just note down in your back of your mind. .ssh if you see somewhere, you will have to enumerate it. Okay, not right now. Something else here. Let's see. Yeah, bash history. Again, this you will have to enumerate, but not right now. So at present for the exam, I'm giving you the flag. The name of the flag file is test. So you understood there is a test file over here, and the read access is present with all the users. So you have the read access. Now, how do I read this file? What is the command?
Cat and test.
Cat space test. Yes, I got the secret information. So in the exam, you are supposed to get the secret information, take a screenshot along with the IP address, along with the host name. So this is the OSCP standard where you should take the screenshot with all this information in one single page. Like secret information is there, the IP address of the host machine is there, the host name is there. So that you are proving to the moderators that you are sitting inside the system. You have accessed, you have breached successfully and identified this particular secret information. Using this, you will be providing the report. And once that particular report is available for them, they will give you the marks for the machine. So these are the basic commands which you should be utilizing just to enumerate and just to submit the flags. Okay, so there are certain set of commands which I have noted down, and I've just created a PDF basically. Let me just see. So this is yesterday's. Okay, so this was yesterday's. Okay, I'll close this for day 2. Yeah. So why Linux is required? Almost all machines run on Linux. That is the reason we need to know Linux. Apart from OSCP also, all the exam requires Linux. All the production systems utilize Linux. Yeah, here PWD we have utilized, CD we have utilized, LS minus LTR is what they are showing. LS minus LART we have utilized. CAT we have utilized. Teth is to create a file, make directory is to create a directory. All these things we will discuss in later this thing. Cat we have discussed, but all these filters we have not discussed. We will discuss in the upcoming sections. How to get the shell we have discussed, but how to stabilize the shell we have not discussed. So I'll just give you a brief example to this. Let's say what is the command Python 3 minus C. Okay. Stabilizing the shell is basically like here you have this much of information. So Python 3 minus C import pty. What was that? So Python 3 minus C import pty is spawn bin bash. So basically this is a command to open bin bash pty dot spawn /bin /bash. So this is a straight away command. Oh, okay. We have just forgot something. We have forgot. Okay. Import pty dot spawn /bin /bash. Yes. Am I? Yeah. So what has happened? We have removed all these kind of extra information. So let's say IPA. Sorry. It's not coming correct. Let me just quickly see what is. Okay, there is no requirement of semicolon. Sorry. I will open up one more netcat reverse shell. Basically, I have closed the session. I have lost the connectivity. So I will open up one more listener. I will tell the browser. Okay, where's the browser? Okay, something has happened with my system. Okay, I think my system has got just hanged. Students, are you able to hear me? At least my base machine is working.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, sorry. So my Kali just got hanged, maybe because of too much of, I'm giving too much of inputs to the Kali machine. So probably it has got hanged. So at present, I'll just close the Kali machine. I'll power off the Kali machine. Ubuntu is still working, is perfectly fine. So what I have shown is basically how to stabilize the shell or stabilize the particular shell where we have received so much of unwanted information. Again, we'll be discussing this later, not an issue. Addition, we have this who am I, we have discussed these commands, history, uname minus a, all these commands we'll be discussing again. From here, linpiece. So from here, it is like you want to escalate your privilege. At present, we are Ubuntu. We need to go beyond Ubuntu. So these will be covered in the next session, that is tomorrow. Till today, what we have covered is a basic, run a walk around of a Linux machine where basic systems or basic enumeration you have undertaken, wherein you will identify what exactly is inside the system, what exactly is available for you to exploit, and how exactly you can show or you can exfiltrate the information. So I hope I have made clear explanations for all the students. Is there anyone who wants a repetition or some more explanation?
This is fine. Just wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
are we gonna starting from the network basics, or are you gonna start from the Linux directly?
For tomorrow's session.
I mean, whenever we are starting, that's what. I mean,
Yeah. So
if at all this
whenever
is
we are,
still a
yeah.
demo, yeah.
So whenever we are starting, I'll be discussing about the network basics. I'll be
Mhm.
discussing again about the Linux basics because
Okay.
what I have discussed yesterday is your OSCP journey or your certification journey requires you to have a good background or a good foundation on Linux and networking. Apart
Mhm.
from this, you will require a basic knowledge on how to use a Windows system, how to use a Active Directory.
Oh,
All these will be covered starting from the basics. Like, let's see, I have only explained about OS injection vulnerability. I have taken this much
mhm.
of time so that you are clear from the basics. Okay, we'll be explaining each and everything in detail.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other student? Any other clarification? Any other doubt? So I hope you all enjoyed the session.
Yeah, this was good.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Hi, Nikhil. Chandan here.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Actually, I joined the class today only. Actually, I just recently I have got enrolled in this NextGen. So
Okay,
today is my first day,
not at all a problem.
and whatever you taught today, that's
Yeah,
I mean the 50% I have only understand today's lecture.
no
So
problem.
it is a request from my side. If you are I mean, from tomorrow, if you are uh, uh, teaching in detail, so it would be great for me.
Definitely, definitely. See, today, when you have given me a request, I think I have tried my level best to give you a good recap about yesterday's session. Okay, yesterday again it was a 1.5 hour session which I had tried explaining using some 10, 20, 25 minutes. I hope that made everyone get a better background of what exactly we have done yesterday. Yes, and definitely from tomorrow onwards, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I did not get your. It's not clear. So can you text? Is it possible for you to text? It's not. The voice is not clear. It will be better if you can text.
Nikhil, actually I'm traveling. I'm going to home from office, so
Yeah, yeah,
that's
sure, sure.
why it is. I mean, the network issues
No problem. No
happening.
problem. No problem. No problem. So tomorrow we can all join at same at 9
Yeah,
p.m.
hi Nikhil.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Nikhil, this is actually first class today I attended. It was
Okay.
a nice experience
Thank you.
and it's really good because I know basic things about Linux, but I don't know in-depth knowledge. And
Okay.
this Linux, that programming course or something like a commands are there related to security, correct?
Correct.
Most
Correct.
of the commands. Yeah,
Yes.
this is required for us also, means for me also. So
Yes.
from tomorrow onwards, I will join.
Perfectly fine,
Actually,
sir.
today is first class.
No problem, no problem. So tomorrow also we'll be recapping the basic commands which we have done yesterday, sorry, done today, and the remaining commands, like say for example, a command where you can get to know what are the present network connections. You need to see which all IPs to which am I connected, how to identify what is malicious, what is not malicious. Everything we'll be discussing tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, sure, sir. And one more thing, sir. It's my request. Whatever today you done, if it is recorded, is there? Please share it.
Yes, yes,
That will
Mr.
be very
Sachin,
helpful.
Mr. Sachin will do the needful for you. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Nikhil,
Okay, sir.
what is the class? What is the timing for the class?
9
Nine.
p.m.
It's
Yeah, 9
okay.
p.m. to
Okay.
10:30. So 9 p.m. to 10:30 will be the timing for the classes, and Mr. Sachin will be providing you with the class recordings. And if at all you have any other doubts or any other clarifications, please speak to the NextGen IT courses team. Definitely, we'll be getting back to you. We'll be resolving all your queries. No worries about that.
Yeah,
Sure,
sure,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. So we can all wind up for the day. We'll call it for the day. Sure. Good night. Thank you. Thanks for having as a wonderful audience.
Okay,
Good
thank
night.
you. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Nikhil.
sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you.